back to the channel and episode 7 of our journey through the world of temperament. If you have been following along, you already know that the choleric is a powerhouse, driven, determined, and fiercely focused. But like every strength, the choleric temperament also comes with its own set of challenges. In today's episode, we are considering something incredibly important: the possible solutions to the weaknesses of the cholerics. Because let's be real, being strong-willed, decisive, and goal-oriented is amazing until it starts turning into stubbornness, impatience, or even dominance that pushes others away. If you have ever felt like your intensity gets misread or your need for control causes more stress than success, you are not alone. And the good news is there is hope. These weaknesses aren't roadblocks, they are just rough edges that can be shaped into something better. So whether you are choleric yourself or you live, work, or lead alongside someone who is, this episode is all about practical, empowering, and compassionate solutions that really work. Because transformation isn't about changing who you are, it's about becoming the best version of yourself. Let's get into it. Solution to impatience. As we all know that choleric individuals are task-oriented and result-driven people, which is not bad, but they need to practice delayed gratification. They must understand that quality takes time, so they should take time and assess whether rushing will really save time or lead to rework. They should also recognize that others have different working styles and spaces, and that's okay. For example, a choleric employee can say, "Let's work together to identify roadblocks. I want to help you succeed," while still moving things forward. Now, for domineering behavior, choleric should replace commands with questions. For example, what do you think is the best way to approach this? That is, ask more and tell less. Delegate with trust. Let others lead parts of the project. Resist the urge to take over. Also, be aware of power dynamics. Reflect on whether your tone, body language, or position is intimidating. For example, instead of ordering changes to a project plan, a choleric leader can say, "I have some concern. Can we review this together and make sure they are aligned?" This will create a form of unity between the choleric leader and the follower. For lack of empathy, the choleric should practice active listening. They should not interrupt others while talking or shun them off of their ideas. Listen to them and repeat back what the person said to confirm understanding. Also ask about their feelings, not just about facts. Like asking, "How do you feel about this change?" or "What has been tough for you concerning this project lately?" The choleric should remember that productivity is emotional. People work best when they feel heard. If a team member is underperforming, instead of assuming laziness, the choleric can say, "I noticed a change in your energy." This will foster good interpersonal relationship. If you are intolerant to weakness as a choleric, this is what you should do. Reframe weakness as diversity. Do you know that emotional sensitivity, caution, and thoughtfulness are strengths in the right context? Also, give other people grace. Not everyone is built for speed or intensity. Appreciate their unique strengths. Use mentoring technique, not criticism. Instead of saying, "Toughen up," say, "Let's build your confidence in a particular area." A choleric boss might respect a detail-oriented employee who is slower, saying, "Your thoroughness helps us avoid costly mistakes. Let's find a way to balance speed with accuracy." Number 5, quick temper. Learn to observe your feelings by being mindful. Note when you lose your temper and reflect on what really caused it. Always know that anger is a signal, not an action. For being stubborn as a choleric, try to experiment things instead of defending your way as the only way. Also, invite feedback regularly. Create a habit of saying, "Am I missing something?" This will help you watch your steps and actions. Separate ego from outcome. Winning isn't proving you were right, it's achieving the best results. Solution to being a workaholism as a choleric. Schedule downtime like a task. Put rest, hobbies, and family time in your calendar. According to research, do you know that larger percentage of cholerics do have failed relationship due to their nature of being a workaholism. So try and create time for work, for hobbies, and family. Also practice delegation. Not everything requires your personal attention. And learn to be smart. Physical energy may not be needed at times. Disregard for rules and authority. The choleric should understand the purpose behind rules. They should ask themselves, is it about safety, fairness, or long-term success? Another thing the choleric can do is that they must be strategic and not defiant. Remember that when you break rules, you bear the consequences. So try to think about the end result of your actions. This will keep you in check and make you obedient. Poor listening skills. Use the reflect and respond technique. Repeat or paraphrase what was said before giving your thoughts, because cholerics often listen only long enough to respond. They can appear dismissive and inattentive. Solution to lack of flexibility. Cholerics are often rigid in their approach, believing that their method is the best or only path to success, which is not always so. What do you do to become flexible and not rigid? Practice perspective taking. Intentionally seek out and consider other viewpoints, even if they contradict your personal beliefs. Regularly ask team members how to approach a particular thing. Second thing that can be done is that you schedule unstructured time. Allow moments where the outcome isn't strictly defined. This will help you build tolerance for flexibility. Number 11, insensitive communication style. The choleric are very harsh in their words, so they should develop emotional intelligence by using tools like active listening, empathy, or they should exercise patience and feedback systems to enhance emotional awareness. Another thing that can be done is use of communication buffer. Pause briefly before speaking or reframe a statement in a constructive or supportive tone. Regularly ask colleagues or friends, was that too direct? This will keep you in check such that you don't hurt people's feelings with your choice of words. Micromanagement. The choleric should learn to delegate with trust. How do you do that? Start with low-risk tasks and progressively hand off more responsibility. Observing how others perform without interference. This will create a level of confidence in your co-workers. Also focus on outcomes, not methods. I said that different approaches can still lead to success if they are not your way. Number 13, low tolerance for ambiguity. Intentionally engage in activities with uncertain outcomes such as open-ended brainstorming or creative tasks. Also develop mindfulness techniques. Practice meditation, journaling, or slow thinking. It will help you see ambiguity as a space for opportunity and innovation rather than as a threat. Impatience with process-oriented work. Choleric should view process as a long-term investment rather than a delay. And then they should set a milestone for their work by breaking large processes work into smaller goals to maintain momentum and satisfaction. Another thing the choleric can is to collaborate with process-focused individual. Pairing with someone more detail-oriented can create balance and mutual respect. Arrogance or overconfidence. The choleric should learn to practice humility through feedback. Regularly ask for constructive criticism and reflect on it, even when it's hard to hear. The truth is always bitter, as you all know, but it will make you wise. Also cultivate gratitude and recognition. Make it a habit to acknowledge the contributions of others, highlighting that success is rarely solo. Also learn about how great leaders have made mistakes. It will temper your overconfidence. Trusted peers can also offer realistic check, keep ego in balance, and remind the choleric to stay grounded. Humility is a virtue. And there we have it, some real practical steps to help cholerics turn their challenges into opportunities for growth. If you are a choleric, remember, your drive, your leadership, your vision, they are incredible gifts for real. But even the strongest leader needs to pause, reflect, and grow in areas like patience, empathy, and humility. Growth isn't about becoming less of who you are. It's about learning how to manage your strengths so they don't overpower the people around you or even burn you out. The more self-aware you become, the more impactful and balanced your influence will be. So give yourself grace on this journey. Change doesn't happen overnight, but every small shift counts. Whether you are learning to listen more, control your temper, or let go of the need to always be right, you are making progress, and that's what matters. If you've gained something in this episode, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share with someone who might need a little encouragement today. And as always, I'd love to hear your comments. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode, where we will continue uncovering the beauty and complexity of every temperament. Until then, stay growing and stay blessed.